ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. It has been so bloody long since I've hit the start streaming button. It's been, what, 3 years? So today we are going to be going through the submissions of the BEATSTARS beat battle. Now, if you don't know how this one works, I obviously now work for BEATSTARS. So once a month, I have been uploading a loop to the server, and anyone that is in that Discord, if you go into the description of either the YouTube stream or the Rumble stream, you will see a link to join said server. Once a month, I upload a loop over there, and everyone in the server flips it. Now today we are going to be going through all the submissions that have been sent in, trying to figure out who is actually going to be the winner of this one. Now, the winner of the beat battle will be getting their beat uploaded to my store with a 60-40 split. Obviously, the person who flips it gets 60%. I'm only claiming 40. On top of that as well, I will be spending $100 out of pocket to actually promote it. I think that is enough rambling though with the intro, so let's honestly just get right into it. Bada bing, bada boom, what is going on? Let's get right into this one. So I need to go to beat battle submissions. Gonna be completely honest, I haven't listened to any of these, so I don't even know where it starts. Maybe that one, more than likely. Now here comes the fun part of figuring out where is the actual first loop of this. Backrooms, I guess I'll go first. I have a feeling it's For Valor, so let's start this one off. We have For Valor coming in with his flip. Now this loop is a combination of myself and another producer mate of mine known as Malu Krishna. So let's start this one off. What's going on, Yuri? All right, so that is the submission that we have coming in from For Vala. I have to admit, that one is a pretty decent start, not gonna lie. Really chill, nice flip, you know, taking the original sample, the drums over the top of it as well. Really, really unique. Overall, just very decent. I mean, the drums are very hard hitting as well. I mean, love how he incorporated the vocals as well. The vocals being one of the main parts that was supplied by Marlo, which if you don't know who Marlo is, honestly, oh, he is insane with what he does. He recently has been going down the kind of rabbit hole, so shall we say, and upon hearing the original loop that I made, wanted to kind of throw a little bit of like a kind of inspiration on it, so he added, you know, the flute, the vocals. Yeah, it is, yeah, very simple, very clean. Drums are very, you know, hard hitting. I love the small little stutter that you have with the vocals as well. Just a little bit of ear candy. Like, that is just beautiful. But yeah, overall, this is honestly really like a very clean mix. But I mean, what do I expect? It's Vala we're talking about. He is insane with how they flip stuff. Yeah, that is a very nice flip, very clean. The drums are, you know, hard hitting as well, leaving enough room for an artist to jump on. That is one thing I will kind of state again, is if you do want to partake in these beat battles in the future, which, by the way, link to the Discord in the description, always make the beat kind of artist ready. I know this is a beat battle, and, you know, 9 times out of 10 a beat battle is, you know, go crazy with it, you know, throw as many effects on as possible, show how talented you are. You can do that, but because this is also going to go up on my store as well, kind of think about how you can get an artist to jump on it and how much room you need to leave for them. Vala did a perfect job in regards to this, you know, using the sample, simplistic drums, a ton of room for an artist to jump on, and overall, the mix, just insane. All right, now we have Sensei coming in with their flip. Let's see how this one is. Was very short. First of all, it just feels like the 808 was a little bit out of key, not going to lie. What's going on, Dre? How's it going? Feels like the 808 was a little bit out of key, not gonna lie. Second of all, really short. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do have, you know, tracks out there these days where, you know, it's only like 1:30, 1:40 if you look at SD Kid or XXXTentacion. So you can go for, you know, those short, sweet, to the point sort of beats. There's nothing wrong with it. But 54 seconds just feels like it's a little bit too short. Again, 808 feels like it's a little bit out of key at some points. I'm honestly doing good. I mean, it's a Sunday. I'm relaxing. I've got a coffee. What more could you ask for? Maybe more coffee. I'm out of coffee. Okay. No longer a good day. uh, but yeah, overall, I can kind of see where they're trying to go with this one, but unfortunately, it's just a bit too short. You know, how would an artist be able to jump on something that's only 54 seconds? Somehow, I'm not going to say that joke. I was about to say something that was really fucked. But yeah, I can kind of see what they're going for. 54 seconds, unfortunately, a little bit too short. All right, now we have a previous beat battle winner coming in. Music by OJB. Coming in with their flip, Cold Sweats. Let's see how this motherfucker changed it. Like usual, OJB is just insane finding ways to, you know, just flip it into boom bat. That's kind of what he sticks with, and there's a reason for it. He is just insane with it. The only thing that I would say is it just feels like it's a little bit too crowded. Like if an artist was to try and jump on this, that would be somewhat hard. I mean, don't get me wrong, track is really well put together. It is very insane, you know, drums hitting beautifully, melody, you know, the way that he flipped it, incredible, insane. It's just, yet again, if an artist was to try and jump on that, that would be a little bit too hard because there is just so much going on. But again, he did win a previous beat battle for a reason. Also, if anyone here wants to work with, you know, the people that have flipped the samples, if you see, you know, or if you hear a track that you like, feel free to reach out to them. You know, if you're in the BeatStars Discord, send them a message. If you're not in the BeatStars Discord, what are you doing? come over, join. I host events every single week. The rest of the BeatStars ambassadors host events pretty frequently as well. So feel free to jump in the Discord, have some fun, cook up as well. And yeah, honestly, just network. That's one of the big reasons why I'm doing this, is I've heard time and time again that a lot of people are having trouble with networking. That's one of the things that holds a lot of people back. So if you want to kind of grow your producer business a bit more, first of all, join the BeatStars Discord and yeah, either jump in with the event, or if you see, a loop that you want to work with, if you hear it and it's like, oh, I really want to jump on that, download it, flip it, get in contact with, the producer that worked on it and go from there and just continue working. That's the reason I'm doing this, is just to help you guys, network a little bit better. But again, with OJB, really well put together. The drums, insane. The way he flipped the melody, insane. Just feels like it might be a little bit overpowering, if I'm being completely honest. I'm just trying to branch out from the usual side of the producer community I stick with. Oh, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, as someone that's been producing for 10 years, and here comes, the sidetrack, typical thing that I usually do. As someone that's been producing for a decade, that is something that just comes with time. The amount of communities that I've kind of just flowed in between is mental. I've had, what was it? The first time I ever sold a beat was before I even knew BeatStars existed. I sold a beat through the Kenny Beats Discord. There was just an artist in Canada that liked what I made, hit me up in DMs, and I sold my first ever beat for $50. Not really that much, don't get me wrong, but that kind of opened up the door of understanding that there is a way that you can do this. And from that, I went from Kenny Beats to Cody to BeatStars to, practically every other server that exists out there. And yeah, there is nothing wrong with branching out from, your usual producer community. I mean, I'm in a couple of EDM Discords as well. I don't really make EDM that much, but there are some ways that trap and hip-hop music can merge with electronic music. There's ways that trap and hip-hop can merge with rock, that can merge with country. There is nothing wrong with, moving out from the style that you make and shifting into something else, because that's how we end up getting something that a lot of people wouldn't usually think of. I mean, prime example is if you look at, Old Town Road by Lil Nas, that came in from what? That was a 9 Inch Nails sample, if I remember correctly. Found a way to merge 9 Inch Nails with hip-hop. A lot of hip-hop was, the foundation of hip-hop was built on sampling. There is nothing wrong with merging one genre with another. I mean, if you have a look at Rage, a lot of that's EDM mixed with trap, mixed with hip-hop. So moving yourself out of your comfort zone, what you usually make, into, something totally different, is how we can, create these subgenres that end up, making something so much more unique and different. I mean, look at how many artists have jumped on dubstep. You have Skrillex with Purple Lamborghini, which had Rick Ross. You had Datsik with Smoke Bomb, which Snoop Dogg jumped on. There are so many ways that you can combine genres. Don't ever think that if you're producing music, it's, oh, I need to stay in this lane. If I'm making trap, if I'm making hip hop, that's all I make. Fuck it. Take, some examples from dubstep. Take some examples from country. Take some examples from, metal if you really want to, and find ways to merge them together. Anyway, that's enough of a typical me rant. Up next, we have Triller to Trim coming in with Utopia. Gonna be honest, I don't know how I feel about that one. That's a little bit weird. Like, don't get me wrong, weird can be good. But in this case, having that sort of having that drum bounce with the melody, gonna be honest, doesn't really feel like it works. But the intro was leading towards something that was more than likely going to be insane. Like, I can see like a lot of potential with this intro, and like, you know, going for something very hard hitting, especially with a name such as Utopia. I was expecting, you know, some sort of Travis Scott, you know, very hard hitting, especially when that bass comes in. Like that bass comes in, like I'm expecting something like very hard hitting, very aggressive. You know, some Mike Dean, some Wonder Girl, you know, sort of merging together, typical, you know, Travis Scott type beat. But then you, out of nowhere, bring in this wonky dance hall. I was on acid when I made this type, you know, type beat. Very obscure artist range. I was expecting, yeah, so, you know, either something, you know, Drake, Dark Trap, or Travis Scott, you know, those two merged together very well. I mean, just look at Astroworld. It's just the drums, I think, kill it. If you kind of just went more for just a very hard-hitting, just basic drums, very, you know, aggressive, in-your-face 808 with some 808 slides, that would have, you know, just taken that to the next level. I think maybe the thought of, oh, it's a beat battle, I need to treat it like it's a beat battle, I need to, you know, be creative and do stuff that I don't usually do. I think that's one thing that a lot of people are tripping themselves up on, is instead of just going overboard, throw many layers, throw a lot of layers, throw a lot of layers, throw a lot of layers, just keep it simple. Keep it simple, keep it hard hitting, you know, you can showcase your talent by being able to keep a beat very simple and, you know, have it artist ready. That's one thing that a lot of producers, including myself, now keep in mind, I've been doing this for a decade. That's one thing that a lot of producers struggle with, is making sure that a beat is artist ready, making sure that, you know, there is enough room for an artist, because a lot of, you know, producers fall into that trap of, it's missing something, all right, let me add in a top melody. Oh, it's missing something, I'm going to add in an ARP. Missing something, atmosphere. Missing something, add this, add this, add this, add this. And by the time it actually feels full, and it's like, all right, now I can send it out, it feels full because, well, obviously it is, but now it's too full for an artist. Where if you ever have that thought, if you're making a beat and there's just this little thing in the back of your head, it's missing something. What is it missing? 9 times out of 10, it's just missing the artist's vocals. If you ever have that thought, it's missing something, stop. Render it out. All right, now we have 6-1 coming in with their submission. again, I can kind of see where they're going in regards to this. Gonna use a quote by CLA. You can't polish a turd. If you give me something shit, I'm just gonna give you something shit in return. Honestly, goat in the game. Things that really need to be fixed in regards to this is leveling is so far off. You'll be surprised how much you can accomplish just by leveling stuff. You know, a lot of producers, audio engineers fall into the rabbit hole of, I need to throw effects on every single element. I need to EQ every single element. Mix and master, I need to master it. Master it is where, I make the beat loud. I make everything sound, cohesive, glued together, or everything like that. You can get majority of that done just by leveling. If you use sounds that work very well together, if you work sounds that are cohesive together, if you just level it correctly, you'll be surprised how clean of a mix you can get. Now, obviously, there is no exact formula when it comes to mixing and mastering, but the one thing that a lot of people can agree on is trust your ears. If something seems or something sounds too loud, turn it down. If something sounds a little bit too quiet, turn it up a little bit. Always trust your ears. Just mainly due to the fact that I have seen a lot of content creators out there. I mean, I'm guilty of it as well. Where it's like, oh, your snare must be hitting at -9 dB. Oh, your hi-hats, you want them hitting at -6. Oh, you want this element hitting at this level. You want this hitting at this level. Don't always take that as gospel. Because each studio session or every single time that you open up a project, you're going to be working with different sounds. And if just because one snare sounds good at -9 doesn't mean another snare is going to sound good at -9, because then you fall into what's known as the perceived level of loudness. Now, I would usually show this on stream, but I'm not going to be opening up FL today. Practically, the next time you go in your DAW, drag in 2 different snares. Now, they might hit at -9 exactly, or both of them might hit at -3, -6, but one snare will still sound a little bit louder than the other one, even though they're hitting at the exact same threshold. That's what perceived level of loudness is. Just because you have it hitting at -9, one can still sound louder than the other. So don't just solely rely on, oh, I need to have this hitting at -9. I need to have this element hitting at -12, -6. That's where it's just rely on your ears. If it sounds too loud, turn it down. If it sounds too quiet, turn it up. Alrighty, now we have, I'm not going to say that word on stream because it is YouTube we're talking about, and YouTube will smite me out of existence. We have Jita coming in with Final Breath.
Yo, Jay, this beat is golf-proof, right?
again, I mean, kind of showcasing why he won a previous battle. That is just insane, you know, very hard hitting. I'd love the additional layers that were put on top. So, you know, the small little, like the piano that was on top. That I did not add in the original sample, so that is just insane. But that is just clean. I'm the type to take everything I learn and out together the parts that work. So again, exactly. There is honestly nothing wrong with that at all. That is the smartest thing that you can do. Also, sorry about kind of looking down on my phone. I'm also checking chat. Just trying to multitask. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the greatest way you can learn is either by, what is it? It's like 10,000 hours makes you a pro, whatever that saying is. So you either, you know, keep doing the exact same thing over and over and over again and you'll get good at it, or you just keep, you know, using outside sources to further grow your sound. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's how a lot of well-known producers ended up making a decent name for themselves. You know, that whole Yeet sound, Benny X sound didn't exist until Benny X decided, you know what, I'm going to do some unconventional shit. A lot of the underground sound didn't exist until, you know, some producers, yet again, majority of them being working on dying, deciding, I'm going to do some unconventional shit. It's always the producers that go outside the box that end up making something that is very unique, that is fresh, and ends up taking off. A lot of producers, and again, I'm guilty of this, you know, kind of trap themselves in one specific lane. I mean, I make a lot of West Coast. I make, you know, a lot of Detroit. I make a lot of Rage. But that's kind of all I stick to is, you know, that's all I'm going to make. If I decide, you know, I'm going to make a Rage beat, well, then I automatically go, oh, BPM, I'm going to put that to 140, maybe 155, 160 if I really want to go, you know, up tempo fast. But, you know, I force myself to stay in that lane. What's going on, Valor? Your track was honestly insane. You are up there as of right now as one of the contenders. It's you and Gita. Or Gita. You two are kind of up there, in my honest opinion, in regards to, you know, the best at the moment. But what was I saying? That's right. A lot of producers that kind of trap themselves in a specific lane are the ones that end up just, I don't want to say falling off, but end up just giving up because they just burn out. They've had enough. You know, it's the exact same thing day in, day out. You know, oh, I'm going to make West Coast, or I make West Coast, or I make Rage, or I make, you know, Detroit. And this one is actually hitting very close to home at the moment. You know, just doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. The exact same, you know, genre, using the exact same drum sounds. You know, I have a template in FL Studio solely for West Coast, for Detroit, for Rage. And it's like, all right, if I feel like making West Coast, open the fucking West Coast template. There's all the drum sounds that I use. Yeah, it makes the process really fucking quick because now I'm not going through clicking each individual drum, but I'm forcing myself just to stay in one lane. And that gets very boring after a while. That is where a lot of people burn themselves out. And there is nothing wrong with, you know, taking a bit here, taking a bit there, taking parts from different genres and merging them together forces your brain to think in a way that it wouldn't usually think. And in the way that I see it, will kind of refresh everything and not get you stuck in that one lane. Because as soon as you get stuck in that one lane, and platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, all these algorithms don't help with that either, because you need to be known as one specific producer so that YouTube knows how to push out your content. I mean, if you have a look at Carvey, he's the producer that makes the soul samples. That's all he ever does. So YouTube is kind of, you're the soul producer. You have Infinite, he's the West Coast producer. You have Alice Lost, he's the trap producer. Kind of forcing yourself in these lanes, because that's what, social media kind of need. Well, not needs, but that's what it dictates for you to do. Unfortunately, it does lead to burnout. I mean, that's kind of why you see on my channel, it's fucking everywhere. And that is one of the reasons I think, I am having trouble taking this channel off, is I'm not forcing myself in a specific lane, especially when it comes to videos. When it comes to stuff that I make off camera, yeah, it's always the exact same fucking shit. But for videos, and it's one of the reasons why, channel is having trouble taking off, is I will do a deconstruction, how, this artist made, how Roddy Ricch made the box. And then there will be, oh, how to make Super Trap like Redder. Oh, how to make, a sample for Drake, because, Drake just recently dropped 3 albums. So, let's do that. Just, I guess at the end of the day, just never feel like you have to trap yourself in a certain lane. Going out and taking, inspiration from different genres, greatest thing you can do. All right, that's enough of a rant. Now we have G-Huz coming in with Nova. What the f is that? What was that? That is just, like, especially the flip at the end. That is just insane. That, yeah, exactly. That halftime switch up, that was... like, honestly, beautiful start to the sample, just letting it shine, letting it, do its own thing. I love that vocal chop. That vocal chop is just clean. This is just insane. Especially, you know, changing between basses, like going 808 to bass, that was just, I think we've potentially found another one to be in the top 3. I love how it goes 808 to synth bass and then back into 808. Like, that is just stupid. And yeah, you are right, it is a triplet. I'm willing to be corrected. That is actually a triplet switch up. That is insane. The only thing, if I had to be nitpicky, is I'm not a fan of that. I think it's like a triple or quadruple 808 hit. That right there, that... where it goes from this 808 to the next one. The 5 hit that's there, that I'm not exactly a fan of. But besides that, everything else, that was clean. You know, drums very hard hitting, decent flip of, you know, the sample, the vocal chops that you added, very clean. Being unique with it as well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's the Pulse 808. There's nothing wrong with being creative like that. I mean, there are artists out there that could jump on something like this. Especially underground-wise, there are artists that would jump all over that like that. So as of right now, that is also top 3. All right, now we have Burrito Bandit coming in with Orchid. Did they even use the sample? I don't hear the sample in here. I don't think the sample was used. I'm willing to give benefit of the doubt, but as of right now, you kind of a minute in, I don't hear the sample. If you just kind of throw the sample in at the very end, it's going to be very disappointing. Yeah, I don't think the sample was used. From what they're saying, they turn the samples into one-shots. Even then, that doesn't make sense, because if I was to go to the actual sample in question... Like, even if I was, you know, to go over the sample, I don't hear any of that in this. Like, even one-shot wise. Anyway, all right, now we have MSM Young coming in with Fever. Give me a quick second, because this has now made things interesting, because we have 4 people that are up there in regards to potentially winning all of this. Gita was one of them, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. As of right now, the list, and yes, I am making a list, the list that we have at the moment is MSM Young, Valor, Jihaz, and Gita. That's just insane. Here comes the fun part, because there can only be 3. Now, like I said at the beginning, first place you get uploaded to my store, 60-40 splits. You obviously get 60%. I will also be spending $100 to further promote it on BeatStars. Second and third place, you guys get uploaded to my store with 50-50 splits. No promotion being done. So there is obviously, you know, best 3. Now, anything else that is here, if you do want to upload it to your own store, like, you know, if you've made a flip and you still want to upload it, feel free to do so. Just add me as collaborator, 50-50 splits. You know, feel free to do that one. Don't just think, oh, because it's a beat battle, what I submit, you can't upload to, you know, your own store. If you make it, you have every right to upload it to your store. Just, you know, add me as a collaborator. But yeah, as of right now, we have 4 people, and we're going to have to somehow drop that down to 3. Because, yeah, again, as of right now, we have MSM Young, Valor, Jihaz, and Gita. That's going to make things very interesting, especially given the fact that we still have some more to go over. 4 can potentially turn into 5. Oh, God, here we go. All right, now we have Phoenix coming in with Ascension. fuck, we've got 5. Oh my god. That plucky layer that pans and has its own space in the mix is cool. Yeah. And also what makes this even more impressive is, sorry, last minute submission. Yet again, that just proves that if you just quickly do something and you don't let, you know, yourself kind of, something I'm guilty of again, letting yourself ruin your own work. There are many times where, you know, I've made a melody or I've made a beat or anything like that, and I get inside my own head, oh, no, I don't like it, get rid of it. No, I don't like it, get rid of it. You know, kind of forcing yourself to, let's say, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Keep it simple. Well, I mean, there's also times where keeping it simple also does backfire on me because, you know, yet again, making West Coast, making Detroit, a lot of that stuff, you know, a lot of my shit is either piano-based or Rhodes-based or anything like that. Keeping it simple also ends up with me getting in my own head because I'm just there going, this just sounds so fucking generic, you know? I have fucking Rhodes piano, fucking piano top line, very, you know, spacey kind of, like a very spacey drum pattern. It sounds like every other fucking West Coast beat out in fucking existence. So even then, you know, I end up getting in my own head. So it's a matter of, you know, making it simple, but then also unique is what I tend to have trouble with. Do I kind of change the rewards where first place is still, you know, the 60-40 split, $100 promo, second and third uploaded to my store 60-40 split, and then any other beats that I just fuck with that are very, you know, very clean just get uploaded to my store 50-50 splits? Because as of right now, we have 5. As of right now, we have 5. We have some more to go through. And the reason, you know, we have these 5 right now is, you know, very hard hitting, very clean mix, very, you know, well mixed and mastered. It's not like, you know, I'm gonna have to go through with the list that I have at the moment in regards to who I have and what we actually do. I haven't actually heard West Coast, or I have, but don't have a solidified idea. West Coast, now obviously there are different subgenres of West Coast, because obviously you have your LA or, you know, your dark West Coast, anything like that. But 9 times out of 10, it is very simple. Like, if you go for your LA sort of sound, which is what I tend to do, is a Rhodes piano, sign lead, think stuff by, you know, think songs that have been released by Snoop Dogg. Or who's another one that I can think of? I mean, even Shoreline Mafia, in a sense, can, you know, be considered that LA vibe, especially some of their albums. If you want to go for that dark vibe, then obviously you go for more of your EBK, so, you know, EBK J-Bo, stuff like that, where it is just, you know, very hard-hitting, orchestral sort of melody with it. I tend to go for more of the laid-back, so, you know, your LA, Larry June, shit like that, stuff that you can just have on, very chill, easy to just vibe with shit. Alright, anyway. Now we have Gawai coming in with their flip. Please don't make it 6. Wouldn't really say that one's lo-fi girl because the drums are a bit too in your face for that. I honestly don't mind that though. Do I think it's up there in regards to like potential winner? Me personally, no, because I can't see an artist jumping on that, or at least I don't know an artist that could jump on that. But it is still very well put together. Also, I will say the intro just takes way too long to get in. So if you were to play this at a studio session, you would be lucky to maybe get 12 seconds in before, before the artist that it's, going through just goes, yeah, no. But yet again, that is if you're going for stuff for, placements and stuff like that. If you're going for placements, just go right into it. Don't even do an intro, just straight into the hook. Me personally, I don't mind it. I just don't like how long it takes. Because you have your first intro, and then you have the reverbed drums. My honest opinion, I would say make it one or the other. You either have the original intro, then it goes into the drop, or you have the reverb drums going straight into the hook. And in my honest opinion, I would just go reverb drums straight into it, get rid of the first part. That would just be a very, smooth transition. Besides that, this is very clean, but artist-wise, who do I hear on this? Artist-wise, I don't really think I hear anyone. If I'm being 100% honest, I don't think I hear an artist on this, which unfortunately, will knock it out of contention at the moment. Now we have Hush coming in with Desire. I do have to agree with you there. Having it be 4 minutes 30 is just a little bit too long, unless sorry, unless you're kind of going for a feature, then maybe. You know, if you were to do, let's say, you know, a Drake, Travis Scott, Astro World type, you know, type situation. Now, obviously, in that song, there is a full-on, you know, beat switch. There's actually 3 of them. You know, if you were to do something like that, then yeah, it could work. But having it just straight 4 minutes 30 for one artist, I think would be a little bit too long. Still, besides that, really well mixed, really well mastered, drum selection, insane. Like, that is just clean. I do have to agree with you though, Yuri. I think having it be 4 minutes 30 is just a little bit too long. So as of right now, we still do just have the 5 in regards to the potential winners at the moment, being MSM Young, Valor, Jihaz, Gita, and Phoenix. Would be an expensive feature. Like, imagine a 30-second. I mean, it's either an expensive feature or it's 2 artists that are kind of blowing up at the same time that just jump on a beat together. Like, obviously, yeah, if you are going to go, hey, look, I want feature by Future or Travis Scott, then yeah, that one will cost you, you know, an arm and a fucking leg. I think, what was it? I think Central C released how much he paid for a feature by Little Baby on, well, what was it? Fucking Band for Band or whatever that song was. For that feature that he has, for the Little Baby, like for the Little Baby feature on that, I think he said that set him back like 250,000. Which, yeah, very expensive fucking feature. And I'm just there going, fucking what now? All right, now we have Florek coming in with Night Fever. I guess we're now on 6. That is just... I'm going to be honest, the intro felt a little bit weird. But I also like it. Because it's building like an atmosphere. Building an atmosphere, you know, giving it obviously a feeling of what you're going into. At first, I didn't know how to feel about it. I fucking love it. No, that is just... Listening back to it, that is clean. But listening back to that, that is just insane. I love, you know, the fucking vinyl scratches that you put in there as well. That is... Shit, we've got 6. And we still have more to go. We have, like, what, 4 more to go? Yeah, look at that. Producer can count. All right, now we have Archibald coming in with their submission.
Archibald.
I don't mind that. I just don't really hear the sample that much in that. And on top of that as well, the piano does feel a bit too static. It just feels like the piano is too on grid, too perfect. Where, if I'm being completely honest, having those subtle fuck ups with the piano where it's, you know, playing a little bit off grid or a little bit before, you know, having it be a little bit late or a little bit early, or having, you know, the velocities be a little bit different. So obviously one note sounds a little bit louder than everything else. Just do whatever you can to make it sound human if you can't just, you know, play it on a keyboard. I hate the fact that I'm doing this as I've got a keyboard in front of me and it's obviously not being picked up on camera. Yeah, find a way to humanize it. Because it just feels too on grid, too robotic. So I don't think Archibald's gonna be up there as, you know, a potential winner. Now it's the moment that you've all been waiting for. Why am I such a fucking idiot? All right, now we have Yuri coming in. An hour 30 session. Learn how to fucking read, you dumbass. Literally just saw the announcement. Here is their submission, Bellingham. Safe to assume you're also a England supporter? that is just what the fuck. That is, yeah, EQ, Solar, fucking. Oh, I can see you're a Paradigm fan, and that's not, you know, that's not me being rude or disrespectful. Like, those guys are fucking mental with what they do. Also, really genuine, nice kids as well. I've had the pleasure of talking to a ton of them, from EQ to Solar to Kenny. All of them fucking mental with what they do, and honestly deserve everything that they have going their way at the moment. They are just, every single release that they have is just one on top of another, just getting better and better at what they do. They are just fucking mental. Here I am sounding like a fucking fanboy. No, they are honestly talented, and I can easily see the inspiration that you have as well. And again, nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with, you know, taking inspiration from other producers that exist. I mean, there is a reason. There's a reason they're as successful as they are. More inspired by... Really? By Cat? Okay. But yeah, no, that... I'm going to be honest, that is now up there as a potential winner. That was... Like, that is just insane, very energetic. Again, underground artists would... An underground artist would jump on this. Very well mixed, very well mastered, very hard hitting. Like, it's not your conventional underground beat where it's like, you know, a very subby 808. Insert that clip by Busy Works beats of him trying to make an underground beat. But yeah, it's such a vibe, very hard hitting, very clean. That is just mental. All right, now we have someone really needs to change their profile picture, especially with who actually won the most recent World Cup. Oof. We have Peretz coming in with Naby. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I don't mind that. It's just so repetitive. I'm going to be completely honest. I was expecting something, especially with the way that you kind of cut up the sample, or the way that the sample was cut up. Just having it, repeat itself over and over and over again. I was expecting something very, very distorted. Like, I was expecting the 808 to come in and just have it, fucking trying to destroy my fucking headphones by having, it just clip very fucking hard. Didn't get that. Like, it's smooth, don't get me wrong. But compared to all the other submissions that we've had so far, I don't think this is going to be up there. Compared to everything else that we've had, I don't think this is unfortunately going to be up there, just because it's, in my honest opinion, too repetitive. Alright, last but not least, we have 22nd V coming in. Let's see what they did. I was thinking that at the beginning I was expecting something hard. It just feels like, and I am just going to cut that one very short, just feels like someone just got a ton of samples and just threw them together. Because, the beginning, that guitar that's in there had me, very, this is, potentially going to be fucking mental. And then a counter guitar came in that was off key. Like, tucked very far in the background, there is just this off key fucking top lead coming in with the guitar. It just feels like someone's just grabbed a ton of just different samples and just gone, here's this, here's this, here's this, here's this, transition from one into another, not even really transitioning it. Gonna be completely honest, boom, boom, it's gone. Don't understand how people don't understand the complex of, it's a beat battle, use the sample. It's not that hard. It's not that hard of a concept. Is it? Alright, now for the fun part, because that is every single beat that has been submitted. Let's go through and figure out who we have winner-wise. I have a list of what I think will be the top 3. I have been able to turn 6 into 3. I just want to go through one last time and listen to all of them, just to make sure that I am correct with this. So first of all, we had Valor. Very simple, very clean, a ton of room for an artist to be able to jump on. So I still think that is up there. Then we had G-Huz. Oh, and we also had Geeta as well. I think the best way we could go about doing this is doing what someone suggested a couple of, I think it was the last month or the month before, doing practically like King of the Hill. So we start with the first one, and then if the next beat that we listen to is better than the one that we already have, obviously that will knock it off, that will take the throne, or that will take the hill, and we just keep on going. So as of right now, I'm thinking Valor is better than Jeeters at the moment. So now let's go Valor against Jihaz. So we have that, or we have... unique flip-wise, I'm thinking Jihaz, just because that is a very unique flip. It does have that, 808 stutter that I'm not much of a fan of, but it is different, and that is something that I don't actually mind. So as of right now, I'm thinking first place. As of right now, Jihaz. Valor has been knocked down to second, which then means Jeter has been knocked down into third. So then it was MSM Young was another one that I had. So like, that is honestly insane. I'm pretty sure MSM, if I remember correctly, pretty sure they started on FL Mobile. I am pretty sure we had, like, I think it was during like a beat critique or something like that, where I'm 90% sure it was MSM Young, just in one of the chats. Oh yeah, by the way, I started producing on FL Mobile. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, what? Okay. Does this take over Jihaz though? That's the question. I have a beat up on BEATSTARS made in FL Mobile. I mean, there's nothing wrong with starting on that, and don't take this as me backpedaling. It's shocking. Like, it's just... I mean, I can't really say much. I started on I'm going to be completely honest. My version of FL now is 100% owned by me. I purchased it. But like majority of producers out there, I did start on a... version that I sailed the seas to find. The bass on Jihaz hits better. I will have to agree. I still think Jihaz as of right now still sitting in first place. MSM, I think, will still be one of the top three. Oh, what about Valor, though? Yeah, I think MSM Young has knocked out Jeter. So as of right now, MSM Young is sitting in third place. So we have Jihaz, Valor, MSM. Now we have Phoenix, who is another one. Gonna be completely honest, I don't think this takes or knocks off Jihaz. Plus, there is like a little bit of bass here that feels like it's dissonant. Right there. That feels dissonant. It doesn't feel like it's playing the right note. So I think Phoenix and Jita at the moment might find that zip sound annoying. Yeah, there is that too. I think Jita and Phoenix at the moment knocked out. As of right now, MSM Young, Valor, Jihaz. Now the last two that we need to go over is Florek, who had the cinematic intro. Don't get me wrong, really well mixed, really well mastered, but if we compare that to Jihaz, speak of the devil and he appears. What's up? Still think that one takes... I still think that one takes first place at the moment. So I think Florek has been knocked out. And then the last one that we had was the Paradigm member. Now here comes the question. Yuri or Jihaz in regards to first place? Because whatever doesn't take first place is getting second. I'm saying it right now. Both of you are going to be in the top three. I kind of picked up on that because that is one thing that is everywhere in the Concavi Discord. Is just, oh, by the way, if you do want me to send an invite to that server, just let me know. Send me a DM. Yeah, if you do want to join that server, send me a DM. I'll chuck you through an invite. It's an interesting server. I'll be completely honest. Yuri's is unique. It is. I'm going to be completely honest. But I will say I love how in like Jihaz's how it goes from 808 to synth bass back to 808. Like that transition is insane. Again, if I'm being nitpicky, it's that kind of 5 hit on the 808 that I'm not a fan of. Which was somewhere about here, wasn't it? That I'm not really a fan of. That's the only thing where I'm being nitpicky in regards to kind of just... But besides that, everything else is... Gee, how's we... You want to know what yours is also making me... Well, how can I say this? Your beat is kind of bringing up that whole... I don't know if you ever watched it when you were a kid, but Arthur, you know, that whole fucking clenched fist meme? Like just him kind of skipping down the road in the intro. Thinking it would be... Alright, so that, then that leaves third place. I've got first and second sorted. I'm not going to announce that yet. But third place is either between Valor or MSM. Valor just because it is very well mixed and mastered and artist friendly. So we have that, or we have... think I figured it out. I think I have figured out first, second, third. And I guess I will announce it here and then also announce it in the Beat Battle announcements. Now, friendly reminder, if you have submitted and you do not win, you can still upload what you made to your BeatStars. Just add me as a collaborator, 50-50 splits. But again, the rewards for winning first place gets uploaded to my store with a 60-40 split. I will also be spending $100 to promote it on BeatStars to hopefully generate some sales. Now, I can't guarantee if it will sell or if it will not, but if it does sell, hey, look, you've also made some money as well. That's why, you know, if you do use BeatStars, make sure you do also have your PayPal connected as well. I have ran into the issue a couple of times of uploading someone's beat and they don't have PayPal linked to their BeatStars, which has then opened up a can of worms. Maybe current underground prod beats is just what BeatStars needs. Oh, there is a ton of underground on BeatStars. But yeah, again, first place, 60-40 split. You will be getting 60%. 60%. I will be spending $100 to further promote it on BeatStars out of my own pocket. Second and third get uploaded to my store with a 50-50 split. And I guess now we can go through and say that in third place, drum roll please. I should have honestly got a fucking drum roll sound effect on my fucking Go XLR. Drum roll please. In third place, we have Valor. Just mainly due to the fact that it is a very clean mix, very artist-friendly, something that will be able to sell a decent amount, because there is just a ton of room for an artist to be able to perform, do what an artist does. In second place, after a long fucking thought process while, you know, going through all the other submissions. I've had these two just bouncing in my head, going, which one's going to take first, which one's going to take second. It is something that is very hard to, you know, choose first or second. But in second place, we have Jihaz. Just mainly due to the fact the only thing that threw me off is that 5808 hit. Having that 808 kind of stutter 5 times, I don't mind it, but it does kind of throw you off, if I'm being completely honest. But yet again, changing between 808 to synth bass, back to the 808, clean. I honestly love that. I love that, you know, underground, also, I will say super trap sound, even though it's not considered super trap, you know, just kind of bouncing between those 808s. Very unique. I love it. You know, it's very well mixed, very well mastered. Again, the only thing that kind of held you back was that 5808 hit, which I believe was around the 40-second mark. That right there, that kind of throws me off, I'm not gonna lie. That could just be I don't understand underground music that much. It could just be, you know, my unk status is showing, but that just kind of throws me off. And in first place, no fucking surprise, we have Yuri. I think the thing that made me realize you won is every single time your beat plays, hopefully you've seen it on camera, I'm just jamming out to it. Don't get me wrong, each beat was good, but for some reason, every single time your beat starts, my head just involuntarily just starts, you know, jamming away. This is actually pretty good. That's an indicator right there. If you can get someone to, you know, whether it's just tapping their foot or, you know, bobbing their head or anything like that, if you can get someone to, you know, move, that's a very good fucking indicator. So, third place again, we have Valor. Second place, we have Jihaz. Third place, we have Yuri. Now, Jihaz, Yuri, because I know you are in chat, if you can send me through in DM a zipped file of your beat, a WAV and an MP3, I will go through and upload those to BeatStars. Also, tell me some artists that kind of would be similar or, you know, would be suitable for that beat as well, so I know exactly who to put on the cover art, and metadata wise I know, you know, what tags to use. I would greatly appreciate that. Now, if you can't send it to me in DM because you don't have, you know, Discord Nitro or anything like that, let me know. I will send through my email that you can send it through to. That way, you know, I will still get it. Again, please make sure you do have a valid BeatStars account so that when I do upload it and then add you as a collaborator, you guys can actually get your royalty splits, because I have ran into that issue before where I've uploaded a beat and the collaborator doesn't actually have a valid account, so that has kind of just been thrown in limbo. But again, thank you so much for watching. Congratulations to Valor, Jihaz, and Yuri. If you can, send me through all of those in a DM. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all